It says, coming near, certain blind man sat by the road. And hearing a great multitude passing by, he asked what it meant. And so they told him that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. This is another thing that points out the historical reliability and truthfulness of the Gospels. Luke says there's a certain blind man. Well, who was that certain blind man? Well, it's actually Mark that tells us. In Mark 10, verse 46, it says, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the road begging. Now, there's a reason that Mark puts forward specific full name and lineage. Whenever you see in Scripture that they're writing and they say it was this person, the son of so-and-so, or this person, the father of so-and-so, they're putting something in that is a reference point that their readers are going to know. Mark knew when he was writing that whenever he said, hey, it was Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, that people would know who that is. That the people he was writing to, he's basically saying, you know that guy? Yeah, that's the one that happened to. Hey, you want to double check this? Go ask him. Go ask around about this person, and people will tell you. This is a way to verify and to show the truthfulness of the writing. You know, nowadays we put footnotes, and you're reading along and it's got a little number by it and you go down to the bottom and it has a little note to give you some information. They didn't write with footnotes back then. This was their footnote system, that they would include a specific name of a specific person to let you know who they are talking about. And interestingly enough, one challenge that you will get about the Gospels in particular is that, well, they just all copied each other. Critical scholars will say, well, Mark wrote his first. I don't necessarily agree with that. I favor Matthew. But they say, Mark wrote his first and everybody else just copied off of him. Because there's a lot of things in Luke that are almost word for word about Mark, or from Mark. Well, okay, so Luke used Mark as a source. But have you noticed something? That Mark has 16 chapters and Luke has 20-something? Luke has more information than Mark has. He has a lot of things that Mark doesn't report. So obviously he had other sources as well. And here we actually see a point if they're going to say, well, he just copied from Mark. Well, he can't be just copying because we just looked at what they claim is a contradiction. How is he contradicting if all he's doing is copying? And Luke leaves out the name. Mark includes Bartimaeus. If Luke is just copying off of Mark, why didn't he include Bartimaeus? Because Luke didn't know Bartimaeus. Mark could point his audience to that person that he assumed they knew. Luke didn't include that. So again, we see it's not just straight copying, that Luke's gospel represents another account. That you have these multiple accounts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all pointing to the truth of Christ.